both three will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump.
And welcome everybody to the BMW of Ann Arbor 188 here at Michigan International Speedway. I'm going to be your host tonight, Adam Chapman, by myself again. Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Xfinity Series about to kick off here in just a few moments. Right now, practice wrapping up. Got about 14 drivers making a start. Weather's a little bit sketchy, I guess we could say. Take a look here. The track temp is not right, by the way. It is actually 86-degree track temp. However, this is dynamic weather, I believe, so it does change. So it may be actually 104 degrees now with the track temp, as much as these cars have been running on it. Take a real fast look at the air temp. 79 degrees. Wind is changing. It is gusting. I've seen it up to 6 miles an hour. I've seen it down to 2 miles an hour, up to 7, 8, almost 9 at times. So partly cloudy skies as well. So we're getting ready to get this race underway. Coming in, Benjamin Nelson has been the talk pretty much of the whole series so far to this point, as he comes in here with 7 wins on this, well, I guess we can kind of say short season. So far, 12 races have been completed. This is the 13th race. Last week, Benjamin Nelson picked up yet another win after leading, I forgot how many laps it was, but we only had 4 leaders and 3 cautions, 8 lead changes last week at Pocono. Todd Cray managed to finish second behind him. Christopher Fowler, Eric Borelli, and Austin Marion finished 5th. Coming in here, a little bit of a shake-up in the points last week. Remember, if you win, you are into the chase. Some of these cars, by the way, paints are not updated yet, so hopefully they'll update. But Austin Marion able to pick up 1 extra spot that moves him into second. Meanwhile, Eric Minch drops back to third in points. Eric Borelli picks up a spot. Jeff Wupker loses a spot. Skylar Allen stays the same with John Ronaldo, Nate Anderson, James Finn, and Cody Blackmore all stay the same in the points as well. So as I said, it should be a fun race here tonight. We'll just have to see what happens, but as I get some stuff set up real fast. So give me just a second, and we will get that up and going in just a moment. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pick my winner tonight. I was really looking at drivers' lap times and who I think is going to pick it up. I was trying to figure it out. There's a lot of fast guys. I'm not going to lie, I would love to see Landon Lacey get the win. This is his last race in here for a while as he gets shipped off to the military tomorrow, joining the Navy. So he'll be gone tomorrow. So I would like to see him get the win. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be him. I'm going to go ahead and go with Eric Borelli into 14 to pick up the win. This is not going to be easy because you just see who was pulling out of pit road. Benjamin Nelson right now into 46 and first in practice. So it's going to take some pit strategy. We do know that you can go about 35 laps on a set of fuel. So this is definitely a 2-stop race. And it honestly could wind up becoming a field strategy race if we have a caution early in this race. So you just never know what can happen. So I'm sitting here looking. I was going to go ahead and ask a trivia question, but you know what? I don't really have one just yet. Yes, I do. I got one right here. Let's go with this. Who has the track record here for the NASCAR Xfinity Series? I will say this. He is retired. And I'll give you another hint. He used to drive a Ford at one time. Who has the record here for the Xfinity Series? Race record. Not qualifying record. Race record. Let's go with that. Make sure that's a little bit more clear. Meanwhile, there was a news that came out today for Go Fast. These guys are planning on running a lot of series for next season, and I believe they're having 4 to 5, I believe, series going on at one time. I would have to see what happened. Look who hopped in third. Raymond, you are in third. Raymond, I cannot see your paint, by the way. You or Derek. I never see your guys' paints for some reason. I have trouble in the Xfinity car for seeing them. I don't know. You see it right there. There goes Raymond pulling out of pit road. Anyway, while we get all that sorted out, practice finishing up, getting qualifying underway now. See who walks out of here with the pole. Remember, guys, this is sponsored by BMW of Ann Arbor. If you're up that way, check it out. You'll see some commercials during the break as well. I look for a long race here tonight. Long green flag run here tonight, should I say. It's only 94 laps, so it ain't a very long race. A little bit shorter than the NIS race. Let's go check out Eric Mintz right now as he pulls out on the pit road. In that 00 car. Also something else I need to do real fast. Let's fix my camera. There we go. You can see Eric pulling out. Also out on track is a 12 coming out. See, I don't see his paint for some reason. It's just like a black car. Or Derek Pemberton's. Everybody else I can see. Lee Rigney pulling out in the 84. Old School Motorsports. Thomas Jowers here tonight at Budweiser. Pretty cool looking. Benjamin Nelson driving his 46. We'll ride here with Benjamin as he starts his green flag lap. Let's hop on board. Down in turn 1, he's going to ride that middle groove and actually pushes up the track quite a bit and going to have to reset, it looks like. So Benjamin Nelson not getting off to a great start. We'll see if he can, what he does on his second lap. Unfortunately for him, not where he wanted. Thomas Showers Jr. about to put down his first lap in that 07 car. First lap for the 07 as he rides in a higher part of the track on qualifying. That's a little odd. Don't usually see that. But first lap of 40.070. Not going to cut it there. We'll see if he's able to pick up a little bit more speed. Skylar Allen out on the track as well. He's about to put down his first lap. You see him right there dropping to the apron. Skylar puts down a... You know what? This is actually his green flag lap, so I apologize. Now Benjamin Nelson starting his second lap of the Schedule 2. His first lap did not get a lot. Oh, and he got the wall that time as well. His not having a good qualifying time. And spins. That is not good. Meanwhile, Joe Burchett. James Finn currently has the pole. Joe Burchett starting his green flag lap. Let's go back to Skylar, who's about to cross the start-finish line for his first lap. First lap for Skylar in the 96 is going to be a 39.834. Puts him in second place right now, bumping back third of Eric Borelli. Landon Lacey pulling out on track to start his laps. Benjamin's still sitting there. May not get to qualify here. That's going to be interesting to see what happens. Derek Pemberton finishing up his second lap. Will he improve? He will not improve, it don't look like. Puts him in sixth right now. Definitely slower than where he practiced. Joe Burchett jumps to second. Now third as Landon Lacey, or I'm sorry, James Finn jumps up. And I believe James just got knocked off the pole. Yep, Lee, wow. The 29 of Lee Grandy jumps up, takes the pole away from James Finn. How about that? Look at that lap. Great lap by the driver of that number 29 car. Going to push up into the wall there, but either way, I want to be happy with that lap. Very happy with that lap, I would say. It looks like we're waiting on Landon Lacey. He's working through down the backstretch. We'll see if he can pick up some time here. Lando driving the Ty Majeski paint scheme that he'll be driving next week. Pretty cool looking scheme. iRacing on the front. Coming through turns 3 and 4 to the start finish line. Let's see where Lando jumps up to. Jumps up to the nowhere apparently, because it did not come to that lap for some odd reason. Maybe that was just his out lap. It's going to be close. He's going to have time to put down this lap or not. I believe he may have time to put it down. Got about 20 seconds left to finish this lap. He works down into 1 and 2. Or, sorry, 3 and 4. Off turns 4. He will finish this lap, so we'll see right here where it puts him at. Across the start-finish line, Lando jumps to 3rd, knocking Joe Burchett back to 4th, his teammate. Skylar Allen actually jumps to 5th. And that's going to wrap up qualifying with Lee Granty picking up the pole here tonight. That's awesome. Let's bring in Lee here once he hops on a grid. This is not the Dynamite Truck Series, by the way, as I've said all the time. Taking a look at your grid, there's Lee Rigney starting in 10th, alongside Austin Marion in 9th. Remy Tollinen, Eric mentioned, row 6th. And there's a couple other cars as well that's in here, but they don't show up unless they actually put down a lap. So we'll bring in Lee real fast. Hey Lee, you got a copy?
Yep, hello.
Man, you pick up the pole here tonight, your first pole of the season, I believe. What's it going to take for you to stay out front?
I really don't know, to be honest. The track temperature is so much different, and the car seems to have a lot of grip in the front, and you can get loose if you overdrive it very easily.
You put down a great lap there, man, so get up there and let's see if you can hold on and pull this thing out and get you a victory. So good luck, and I'll be up here watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. That was the driver of the number 29, Lee Grandy. Picks up his first pole. That's good for him. Oh, no problem, Jeff. Yeah, from what what I was watching in practice, I was with my team, the guys that was racing in it. Sorry about that. I was just reading something. So I was sitting here watching it, and they, from what I heard by them, was that the car is very temperamental. They thought it would be very similar to what we seen last night in the K&N series, which he was in. And it looks like Lee is going to have to drop to the back because he did not get his qualifying in. So that's actually going to shuffle the field up a little bit. But I believe it's going to put Landon Lacey on the pole, and it will. But yeah, it's a little bit different. I want to bring in Landon now real fast before we get going. You know what? I'm not going to bring in Landon. I'll wait. So we're getting ready to go here. Landon Lacey, like I said, gets sent off to the Navy tomorrow. He's got to be at basic or at 10, wherever you got to go to get all that started. And he's already done everything he goes, so he gets shipped out tomorrow. And but tonight he's out front right now, so a good going away present, I guess we could say. Not quite compared to everything else, but good for him. Good to see that happen. Pace car about to drop in as we get this race underway. The BMW Van Arbor at 188. Pace cars in. We are green flag here at Michigan. Landon Lacey getting a good jump. Joe Burchett really pushed on the back of that 60 car right now, trying to help him out just a little bit and get him in front of his own teammate. But unfortunately for James, not going to happen. But he is able to move into second place. Skylar Allen right now running in fourth. You can see the cars work off turn number 4. Or 2, I apologize. And already, you see that black car right there as Derek Pemberton's blinking real bad. But you see that 12 car, Raymond Tollinen, diving into the inside. The paints have not updated yet, guys. There goes Joe Burchett sliding up. A little bit of a lub tap there from James Finn, but Joe should be able to hold on to second for the time being. And I say that, and James Finn right there on the inside quarter panel of that number 94 Swamp Dust Toyota. It looks like Joe now will clear him. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, take a look here. And by the way, just to let everybody know, Benjamin Ellison actually did have to serve a black flag penalty. Just want to let everybody know that. So he is on pit road now to serve that. And about ready to pull off. So some good news for everybody else, to be honest. Benjamin, though, you're going to have a little bit of work to do to get up there tonight. Skylar Allen putting a pass on third place James Finn. Skylar having a good run so far, moving him into third place after starting in the 5th spot. One of our biggest movers right now. Right now, though, 2 center force drivers, Joe Burchett, or Landon Lacey, Joe Burchett out front here as they try to track down Benjamin, who's in turn 4. James Finn looking back to the inside of Skylar. Looks like he's going to be able to complete that pass. Meanwhile, a little bit of a rub back there for the 5th spot. Thomas Jowers putting the pass on Raymond Tollinen. Also, watch out for that number 14, Eric Borelli. He had a really fast lap in practice. But we're talking about practice. I'm sure everybody knows that. And also Lee Grandy, who had to start at the back end of this field as caution flies. And looks like Derek Pemberton will go around. And maybe contact there. Not really much damage. Actually surprised caution came out from that, but it does. Watching here, it looks like Derek may have come down a little bit on the 84. Derek was underneath him, slides up in front of him. Lee goes to the inside, and I don't know, that's close. What do y'all think? Meanwhile, I asked a question earlier, by the way. We're going to knock that out of the park as well. Who holds the Xfinity Series race record for Michigan? I'll give you a hint that he drove a Ford. Correct winner or correct answer is Mark Martin. So yeah. Pace car comes up. They catch the pace car. Meanwhile, Benjamin Ellison gets a little bit of a help, I guess you could say. He may actually decide to stay out because he only ran about a lap or so. We'll see how many guys decide to pit here. If any decide to pit. This is going to be an interesting choice. I know Eric Minch will stay out. I know for a fact he will stay out at least one lap. He always does. So, the question is going to be, who else is going to come in? Looks like Skylar Allen may stay out. Everybody coming in so far. Benjamin Nelson may stay out. No, he's going to come down as well. And you can see, it looks like we did have one person stay out. Austin Marion will stay out. Wow. But here we go. Pit stops underway now. Got to be careful not to slide into your box. Got to be careful not to speed. Don't want to get caught now. Although it's a lot of long grays, you can still catch up. Skylar Allen takes 2 tires. Then away he goes. Landon Lacey's going to take 4. He's going to be the first one off pit road with 4 tires. James Finn, Joe Burchett. Looks like Eric Borelli will win that. Thomas Showers, Lee Grandy, Raymond Tollinen, and Benjamin Nelson. And then looks like Lee Rigney pulling off right there. It is. And then Derek Pemberton looks like he's pulling off as well. Fastest pit stop of that goes to the, looks like the 14 car, besides Skylar Allen, had the fastest pit stop. don't know if I'm a huge fan of staying out at Michigan on 2 tires. You can do it. We'll see how that plays out. It may help, it may not. Not too early to try. Good call, though, Jeff. You actually called that out right, man. So the question is going to be if Austin comes in, which I think he will. No, I take it back. No, he won't come in. Oh, I lied. Yep, here he comes now. So Skylar Allen going to take the lead and actually get 1 lap led no matter what happens. As I think we're about to double them up. Yes, we are. And it looks like, did Landon Lacey get caught speeding? No, I actually thought he actually wanted to race off pit road, but it looks like he did not. And we'll start 4th on that outside row behind his teammate Joe. But Skylar Allen going to bring us to the green here at Michigan. Just to let everybody know, if anybody out there is looking for a car and up towards the Ann Arbor way, I guess you could say, be sure to check out BMW of Ann Arbor at 501 Auto Mall Drive in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And there's also, you can search all this stuff up on Google, which is what I did because I had no idea exactly where it was. So yeah, be sure to check them out. They was cool enough to sponsor this race and last night's race. So awesome to have their sponsorship, and for these guys, I know they appreciate it as well. Alright, so we're getting ready to roll here once again. We work our first caution. A lot of cars starting to bunch up here. Skylar Allen, Joe Burchett on that front row. James Finn, Landon Lacey, row number 2. And row number 3, we got Eric Borelli and Thomas Jowers Jr. Pace car pulls in. Green flag about to wave. Green flag's out. As you can see, that 35 almost getting to the back of his teammate there, Joe Burchett. Not a great start for that outside line. But usually that outside line can prevail here in the 1. Will it prevail this time? Here comes Joe Burchett looking to drive around Skylar Allen, and there it goes. The outside line did work right now. Got to be careful, though, at the exit. And it looks like Joe Burchett will take the lead from Skylar for now. And it looks like Landon Lacey is trying to follow suit as well. As we work down into turn 3, Skylar's going to have the preferred line. Got to be careful not to push up here on them 2 tires. But it looks like Skylar's doing a good job on holding this car together for now. Sliding up just a little bit, but Landon Lacey moves into second. Here comes James Finn battling his teammate as well. Skylar looking back to the other side here on the 35. Did not think them 2 tires would hold up to that well, but so far they're doing a pretty good job. Ooh, that was close. Off turn number 2. Good battle here for second with 3 cars right now. Landon still holds it. Off turn 4, Skylar's got a nose out front. He's probably going to jump to the apron. No, he will not just yet. He does take it over for now. We'll see if he's able to hold it here or not. We work back down into turn number 1. Still side by side. Looks like Landon's going to clear the 96, and here comes James Finn now, looking to put a pass on that 60 car. We've seen this before. Meanwhile, Benjamin Nelson has worked his way up to 6th after starting way back through that in the field, and after having that pit stop he had to make. Meanwhile, the 60 of James Finn side by side at the line with Skylar. Skylar has a nose out in front once again over that 60 car, making them 2 tires work. So definitely not a bad call here for Skylar to stay out or to pick up 2 tires, as he does take over 3rd officially. Meanwhile, battle back for 4th, Eric Borelli. James Finn's dropping back here as well. And we'll get passed by Benjamin Nelson and for the 5th spot. Benjamin now looking to put Skylar. Here goes Eric Borelli by him. Also, well, I guess we can almost call that 3 wide, not quite, but Skyler losing a couple spots here, falls back to 5th. James Finn looking back to the inside as well. Skyler's going to put a little bit of a block on him. So some good racing going on right here for about the 4th position. That time Lee Grandy slides up quite a bit. It'll be okay. Skyler dropping below the apron. You can see some of that dust kicking up as well. Meanwhile, Benjamin Nelson gets around Landon Lacey. That was a big pass, and now Benjamin trying to set his sights on Joe Burchett. Remember, Benjamin's really fast. During the final practice, right now Joe's out to a 1.15 second lead and extending that just a little bit. Not much. I'll let you know last time by who was faster once they get around here to the start-finish line. Almost contact there with Skylar Allen, James Finn, but Skylar wisely backs off a little bit. At the line, it will be Joe Burchett with the 39.801, Benjamin Nelson with the 39.726. So, Skylar Allen. Wow. We'll be done for the night. Holy cow. What a wreck. And there is no way that car is moving. Yeah, he is resetted. It looks like him and Eric Borelli. It looks like Skylar may have came up just a little bit there. One more look here and we'll hop on board. You be the judge of that one. You want a fun ride? Here we go. Oh my. So Skylar Allen goes around for the ride here at Michigan. It will end his night. Unfortunately, he was having a good run early on. Dang, that was a hard hit. And you know what? He just dropped connection. I'm wondering if something may have happened there. He hit so hard it dropped connection. Wow. So, Joe Burchett, Benjamin Nelson, Landon Lacey, your top 3. They're going to definitely come down pit road here. It looks like Austin Marion should get the wave around for your lucky dog. You see the cars working through turn 3 and 4 now. Here they come down pit road. Joe Burchett leading them in at 55 miles per hour. Not a ton of drivers here tonight. That only leaves us with 12 now already out on track. 13th and 14th. Charlie Allen, Brandon Parsons not here. Pit stop's underway. Eric Minch did stay out, by the way, probably to get that lap led. Oh, the 29 comes in a little hot, but he gets into his box cleanly. Watching the race off pit road. Then away, Joe Burchett with a slow stop there. Will he win the race off pit road? He will. Looks like Benjamin Nelson going to lose that spot as well, and will come off in 3rd. Fastest pit stop looks to be a 13.47 for Derek Pemberton and a 13.77 for Raymond Tollinen. Alright guys, we'll be right back after a break.
One of the best parts about owning a certified pre-owned BMW is the inspection that was done to it beforehand. It has to undergo 178-point inspection that's done by a BMW technician that BMW is extremely strict about. The vehicle has to adhere to quite a few different options before it can even be certified.
One of the primary reasons somebody wants to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle is for peace of mind. The manufacturer has very, very high standards for inspection. You want to make sure that you're not going to be spending more money taking care of that car after you bought it.
Certified pre-owned means the car was inspected by the BMW technicians that service the cars from when they were new. The car goes through a pretty rigorous inspection, and it essentially gets put back to as close to new standards as we can possibly make it. And again, BMW doesn't compromise, nor do we. We always take the high road and make sure that we spend a little extra if we need to recondition a car to make it a perfect car.
And I've been in the auto industry for 25 years. I've never seen anything as difficult to get a vehicle certified as it is with BMW. They have a very, very strict policy that they adhere to. It's a pretty small number of cars that actually end up being BMW certified. It takes an elite car. BMW stands behind that car. It has run the gauntlet of what it takes to become a BMW certified car. It's the select vehicles that make it through that process.
What it means to take the high road is always to do the right thing. Put the customer first before your own personal self-interests.
It's always going a little above and beyond what's expected. We pay attention to what the customers are looking to buy. We find those cars. We recondition those cars above and beyond expectation, and we provide them at a tremendous value.
From the moment a client drives through the door, they're treated as if they're family. We roll out the red carpet for them and make sure that they're taken care of.
If it's their first time driving a BMW, that, like, for me, I think I get more excited than the client does sometimes, just because I know what their experience is going to be. They've fallen in love with the car. They can't get enough of it. That's when they're like part of the BMW family. I like to make my clients feel very, very comfortable, but also give them a lot of product information so they can make the right decision based on actual knowledge. It is one thing to fall in love with a car, but it's another thing to know that you have the capabilities and the performance that you're looking for without question.
It's always exciting seeing the smiles on people's faces when they drive away in their new car.
I have never seen as much passion for the brand. In other words, every one of our salespeople, managers, parts, service, everybody drives a BMW, and I've never seen that before. There's something about this brand that creates a lot of excitement. It's so easy to transfer that to the customer.
We have a very close relationship between the sales and service department. We do a lot of work together. I know all of them on a personal basis. They're all just as passionate about the product as we are, and our clients know that. We get to work on the quality aspect of things more than the quantity.
Our main focus is customer service and excellence. We build strong relationships with each of them, and that's what separates us from other dealers.
Our service department has some of the best technicians in the country.
These people are extremely qualified.
Technology is constantly evolving, and BMW is ahead of the curve with technology, not just with what you can see by pushing a button, but what you feel when you drive the car.
Our overall philosophy and the way we look at business is what separates us from everybody else. Buying a car should be a lot of fun. It should be exciting. It's an expression.
Welcome back to the BMW of Ann Arbor. Going to be joined by Skylar Allen, special guest, who just went for a crazy ride. But that was fun, huh?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what happened there. Monitors started going down, and each monitor went down one at a time, and then 2 seconds later the PC went down. And
what I thought happened.
14 a little bit, and got into 14 a little bit, but he seems to have gotten through it unscathed, so he'll be able to race on, and I'll be in the pits for about 60 minutes. So I figured I'd come join you in the booth.
Sitting here watching the restart as we get back going. Joe Burchett sliding up. Landon Lacey going to go to the bottom. May have a good run down here down the backstretch. We'll see. Unless Joe looks like maybe able to clear and going into 3 possibly. But Benjamin Nelson working his way back up now up to 3rd after that pit stop. Did lose 1 spot. I believe that pit box actually hurt him a little bit where he had to pit. But 3 wide behind him, James Finn didn't put 3 wide. Meanwhile, for the lead, you see Landon Lacey now battling back to the inside of Joe Burchett in that 35 and 94. Benjamin sitting here watching them both race right now, hoping they continue to race. Almost contact there between the 35 and 94. This may actually, Ben looking really low to the inside there, but going to think better of it.
That was about to be a brave and daring move.
It did work out, for now anyway. Derek Pemberton trying to put a pass on the 12 car here of Raymond Tollinen, who slides up and don't look like the wall will make a pass on the 12 just yet. By the way, that's his new nickname if you're wondering.
So, I think I think Ben is just itching to get back up to the front. You know, he had that issue in qualifying, so he didn't set a qualifying lap. So he had a black flag. First caution came out, he got his lap back. But he's been just itching to get back up to the front.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, what are these guys going to do to try to slow Ben down? It's almost impossible, but I feel like you've got to race him really hard early.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the start of the race, this was perfect. I watched the 46 pit for it to serve a black flag, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to go down a lap. This is perfect. If we can run 94 laps of green flag race, then we can hold him down a lap.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that first caution was weird. I know Derek was involved, which, you know, but he did not quite spin. I don't know why iRacing actually threw a caution for that. I was kind of surprised about it, too.
Yeah, it's been seeming like their cautions, it happened once last night too, their cautions have been a little touchy here lately. Not sure what's going on with that, but, you know, it looks like the 94 and the 35 have done a pretty good job of being able to hold Ben in third position here.
Yeah, I wonder how, well, you was out front. Clean air seems very important. I mean, you took the two tires, and the two tires stop actually looked like it was going to work there for a little bit. At first, I was questioning. I was like, I don't think it's going to work too good, wheel spin and stuff like that, but on the two-tire stop, you was actually able to get out front and actually run really fast times on the two tires.
Yeah, the two tires, it felt good. The car was good and stable. The issue with the two tire, it wasn't the two tires. It was just getting kind of caught in this position that I got caught in, and ended up dropping back a little bit. But always the way it goes. If I'm running a front, something either self-inflicted or hardware-related is going to happen and put me out of the race. So.
Looks like,
but yeah, the two tires was good.
Looks like Ben able to get around Landon for now. Both them cars, if Joe Burchett and Ben may have scraped the wall there a little bit, going to be okay. How about Raymond here working his way up now, up to fourth, actually closing in on third?
Yeah, they the track's really fast, and you can really race the bottom, the middle, and the top, and make ground in either spot. So it's kind of, you know, it's really racy out there.
This 12 is really fast. Last time he was the fastest out on track. Wow. And it looks like he may actually move into third here, possibly over to 35. Does take that spot away.
Yeah, he's gonna get up and get him clear now, and just set sail out the mirror, out the window, and not look in the mirror. He's not gonna be easy getting up here and passing this 46 car.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for anybody. Let's just be honest. Joe Burchett right now doing a pretty good job of staying out front for now. That clean air probably helping him a little bit. Ben may be just waiting to see if he's going to make a mistake or something like that as well. And you know how Ben is, always stalking, it seems like. And whenever it comes time for him to pass, he's usually there to do it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Pass back for sixth place, James Finn, Derek Pemberton side by side through 3 and 4. And also the 29 also in this mix.
Yeah. Shout out to the 60. He was running up front there with me.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was racing real clean. Definitely having a good night. I don't know if he got behind on pit stops or, you know, kind of what got him back there. But I look for him to get back up toward the front here.
Yeah, James was really fast in practice here. So I would not be surprised to see him have a good finish, honestly. Meanwhile, back up front, the gap's really closed up on the 94. Ben really starting to put the pressure on Joe as he would go into 3 and 4. And looks like Ben could have to run out of this corner unless Joe slides up in front, which he will for now.
Yeah, I think Ben's going to get the run into one, possibly on that bottom side, and that's going to maybe propel him to where he'll be able to get around him off of 2.
You know, the lap times are very similar. A 39.867 for Joe, a 39.852 for Benjamin. So very good lap times right now for both of them guys. That's actually the fastest times in the race. There is Eric Borelli, who's back in 5th right now with the 3rd fastest time the last time by. So we'll keep an eye on him as well. Looks like Joe going to be able to hold on for this lap as well. So I'm expecting now, we've been 11 laps on a set of tires so far. If this run runs out, we could go 35 laps is what they told me in the practice.
Rough, give or take.
Yeah, give or take a little bit. That could put us in at a field mileage range.
Joe just had the fastest lap for the last lap.
Yeah, you're right.
He ran a 39.70 to Ben Nelson's 39.73.
You think, how bad's Aero here? You was out there in the car. Aero push played an effect?
I never really noticed an Aero push so much as if a car got right alongside you, you could almost feel the side draft dragging you back and slowing you down. And if you watched, speeds and stuff, it'd slow you down a mile an hour or two. So it didn't really cause a push. It just more or less would, like I said, it'd just slow you down.
Right now, it really seems like Ben is kind of stalking Joe, trying to make the 94 make a mistake. We'll see. I mean, when you got somebody that's won 7 races already on the season, you just never know.
Right.
So,
And they keep trading this fastest lap back and forth. Last time by, Ben ran at 39.72 to Joe's 39.75.
Right.
So we'll see what it does at the line here.
And that time, once again, a little bit faster for Ben Nelson as well that time. Eric Borelli, by the way, takes away 4th. Well, they're still side by side right now. But looks like he took it
Joe
away.
got a little bit faster, and I think Ben had pretty much the same lap time 2 laps in a row. We've got a car off the pace down here on the front.
Maybe 84
stretch.
of Lee Rigney, yep. He's going to be 3 laps down now. Huh. Yeah, definitely off the pace.
Looks like he made another unscheduled pit
That's
stop.
what it looks like, yeah.
And Ben's going to look to the outside. Nope, going to look to the inside here.
Yeah, he got a good run through the center of 3 and 4 that time.
It's going to be interesting to see if Joe can get the run off 2 on the high side to hold that 46 behind him. I don't think he's going to.
We know.
I think that 46 is going to clear him.
Yeah, it looks like he did clear. Oh, Ben actually touched the apron.
That's going to maybe allow Joe to come back up alongside him, but getting down into 3 and 4, I think we're going to.
Yeah,
I think we're still going to see the.
Wow.
I think. Wow. Look at
Ben let him go. It looks like, didn't it? Was that side draft or just Nelson letting him go?
That one's hard to tell because, and Joe may just not, Ben may have, getting the apron. He didn't get the greatest run.
Yeah, he got a little swirly coming off his 2 as well, so, wow.
And obviously, that time, Landon Lacey actually, Joe Burchett had a 40.1
Yeah,
lap.
that's a good
to
lap.
Ben Nelson's 40.16.
Ben looks to the high side in 1 and 2 this time, see if he can get the run off.
These top 4 or 5 aren't experiencing the same kind of fall off, and I don't know if it was me, but it looked like Joe kind of tagged the wall there. These top 3 or 4 don't seem to have a whole lot of fall off yet. Back in the field, we're already running, they're running
you're right.
40.8s and 41s. So these top guys are just now getting down into the 40s.
Now we got a battle. Now this right here may be what Ben needs on the high side. Yep. We seen that last night in the K&N race as well, and especially on a longer run. That high line really played big dividends.
Yeah, you could get a really good launch off the corner. You couldn't really get, as Joe gets a little bit loose there, and oh man, the angle of that view made it look that I had made it almost look like the 46 tags the wall again. But the 46 is going to clear the 94 here. Trying to get used to some of these new numbers that we got out here.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes as well. It looks like Eric Minch actually able now to finally clear Raymond. That battle's been going on for a while now, too. So, yeah, you are right. Benjamin last time with the faster lap, 40.01 to a 40.1. Joe actually closed back in a little bit, entering 1 and 2. We'll see if he can get the run out.
Little loose there.
They're really pushing it. Joe's really pushing it. I mean, I think, honestly, when you're racing Benjamin, you have to push it that hard. I mean, that is the only way. I mean, we've not really seen Ben lose a whole lot of races so far. But I feel like whenever you do race him, you really got to push it with him. We'll look at the line this time, see who's fastest. Wow, Ben with a 39.8. That's impressive for this long of a run. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. Right now, if they was to pit, they definitely got to pit on one more stop. I'm trying to figure out how much longer they can go. I think it's still a 2-stop race, but we still got about 15 more laps till they have to pit. Give or take, of course. So, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I think they're still going to have to be on pit road 2 more times no matter what, honestly.
Yeah, most likely they will.
Borelli passing Landon Lacey. Trying to pass Landon Lacey on the low side in 1 and 2. See if Landon just lets him go or we'll get to run. Looks like Borelli slides up. Landon trying for a crossover. Going to be drag racing down the backstretch. And Eric should have the preferred line here in 3 and 4. Now in that higher line. Yeah, I think you're right. This is a multiple groove racetrack. It does seem like the higher line really comes into play later in the runs. About 17 to 20 so laps in, it really becomes into play.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of what we seen last night. I feel like we're seeing more racing compared to what we seen last night, though. Later in the runs, which is interesting. Lee Rigney back on pit road as well. Nobody else has been on pit road as far as lead lap cars yet. I would expect some of these guys to pit early and try to get out in front of Ben. Right now, there ain't going to be too many guys that can really do that. Maybe our top 5, one of them, a couple of them guys may try it. We'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, if somebody were to try and come down pit road, now, I think that that would, it would probably be beneficial to try and shake up their strategy a little bit. I'm not sure how many laps we've ran on this.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're right there about a point where I feel like if somebody were to come
14
down,
on pit road.
There you go.
Yep. We knew somebody would try it. I was waiting on it as well. Now, what you don't want to happen is a caution come out unless he's in his box. Then he'll be okay.
If he gets a caution while he's in the box, he's
okay.
fine. If he gets a caution while he's on pit road, he's fine.
Yeah.
But for this strategy to work, he needs the entire cycle to happen under green.
Watching the 29 drive around the 60 right now. This is a good battle still happening. 5th, 6th, and 7th have... Oh, James Finn gets a little loose off turn 2. And a little swirly and loses a little bit of time there. We may see him on pit road.
Looks like the 84 came back down pit road again.
James Finn, almost in the wall.
Really loose.
Yeah, he may be bringing it to pit road. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's going to bring her down to
I think
pit
that's
road.
a smart call.
4 tires, some Sunoco fuel, get back out there and have a nice stable car. Up front, Ben Nelson, you got to figure out, he's got to be trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Where do I want to, what's that sweet spot for me to not lose too much time to these guys that are pitting behind me? And I don't look for any of the other top 4 drivers to come down pretty much until right before or right after Ben does.
Well,
maybe we'll see somebody like Derek Pemberton or Lee Gravy come down pit road here soon.
Well, I talked to Landon before this race, and from what he's told me, he's doing whatever Ben does. He said when Ben comes down, he's coming down. So, you can't blame him.
Well, then maybe that works for Landon to be behind him.
Yeah. Benjamin is usually in a whole another level, pretty much, most of the races. The only thing that we've ever seen Ben have trouble with, honestly, is pit road. And this is a tough pit road to get on. So, that's just something to think about. I'm sure he knows how to do it and stuff like that, which he shouldn't have any problems, but it's just something to be thinking about as the race continues and Ben crosses the start-finish line.
Now my information will start to reset, and I can actually know how many laps these guys have run.
26 so far from what I'm seeing.
We've got the 00 coming in this time.
Eric Minch. He's been doing pretty good in the points lately.
Yeah, he's a very slow but steady consistency kind of driver. He just he gets out there, and those faster tires right now are helping Eric Barilli. He just ran the fastest lap of that lap, and of course it'd be in purple and I can't read it. So
39.554, so definitely faster, 0.5 faster, 0.6 faster last time than our leader.
These drivers are, they're going to start noticing that as he's coming up on them. So you know, he's quite a ways behind, and I do believe 1 lap down.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's too, you know, he's about a straightaway behind the 60 car. So if he can get up there with the lap times he's running 2-3 tenths faster.
Yeah, once again,
he try to get up there and get that lucky dog spot.
He had another 39.5 that time. James Finn actually hit a 39.7, so both of them guys pretty fast right now on track. Not much of a battle really anywhere on track. Landon Lacey slowly starting to run down teammate Joe Burchett for second. Last time by, Landon was faster. This time by, it will be, wow, really close. Landon with a 40.489 and Joe with a 40.491, so very close right there. But, you know, honestly, the other fast guy, the 29 is putting down pretty good laps still, 40.327.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Fastest guy on the track right now, though, hands down, is that 14 car, and he's reaping the rewards of those fresh tires.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Eric Borelli, I'm actually not very surprised to see him pit early. Usually, he's one of them guys that likes to try different things, so I'm not surprised to see that. He's way faster right now than everybody on track, and it will help him. The longer that Ben and them run, it will help him, I think. Or it should.
Yeah. The longer they run, the better this is going to be for the 14, absolutely.
So these guys
see, where I'm concerned is the 00. He's really only about a straightaway ahead of the 46. He's 1 lap down, and very, very close to going a 2nd lap down. So that's a little concerning for the 00 car.
Benjamin Nelson crosses the start-finish line. That's going to put 30 laps on this set of tires so far. Don't look like anybody else coming down pit road as well just yet. So everybody that has stayed out right on that cut mark as well. Austin Marion can actually go a few more laps further. He's only got 29 laps on his, as he was the lucky dog last time. So he actually pitted 1 lap later. Joe Burchett's going to go around. Saves it. Oh, maybe saves it. Maybe he's going to spin it to the inside. And that should not throw a caution, so he should stay green, but he's going to spin it around and have a little bit of work to do now as he drops back to 6th.
Yeah, he's going to have some catch up to do here, man.
And that's tough because it was already tough where, you know, running 2nd that far back. Now he's going to be really far back. I
wouldn't be surprised, since he's already slow, to really see him bring it down pit road at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would, honestly. Yeah, he's going to bring it down. Who else was that coming down?
He's already slow, so there's no point. The 65 is on pit road as well. But he's already slow, so there's no reason to
you might as well
get up
do
to
it.
Speed and then have to turn around and slow down. While you're going slow, go ahead and just bring it down pit road.
Yeah.
You can.
You have nothing to lose now since you spun. So.
You know who's so glad that the caution didn't come out there?
Who's that? Oh, probably the 14.
The 14?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, probably the 14. I'd agree with that. Yeah, because if the caution would have came out, it would have been James Finn getting the lucky dog.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Eric would have had to take the wave around, but he would have been on older tires, so.
Yeah, that 14's loving the fact that the caution didn't come out there. And looks like we've reached right at halfway here, so.
We are on lap 48, about to cross the start-finish line here in just a second. Benjamin Nelson, still your leader. We'll take a look at our in-race summary right now. 2 cautions so far for 6 laps. 8 lead changes, though, in 48 laps. Not bad at all. We are on lap 47, just completed 48. Benjamin Nelson currently your leader. Atlanta Lacey last time by. Not exactly the fastest. There's a couple guys actually out in the field way faster than him. 29, pretty fast.
14 still setting race pace.
Yeah, he's blazing. I'm anxious to see when the 46 pits. I'm anxious to see where all this shakes up to be.
Yeah, the longer this 46 car, the 35 car, the 11, the 1, the 8, the longer all these guys stay out, the better it is for Eric and James. Although James's lap times have already fallen, at least for the last lap, his lap time had fallen down below what the leader was. So I don't know if he had an issue that last lap or what, but he ran a 40.4 to the leader's 40.2.
Looks like Raymond Tollin could be coming down pit road. No, he's in the grass. Wow, so that hurts him. Did he have help here? Well, it could have been help from the 84, who did close in. No, it looks like 12. Somebody else got loose in front of him. Derek Pemberton got loose in front of him, and then the 12 got loose right behind him. Wow, so they basically followed each other. That was interesting.
He didn't lose a whole lot of time.
No.
And we got one spinning down low.
Derek again, I believe. Yep, Derek again. He's going to have to back it up. Don't want to pull out. Okay, he's just going to pull out on track. And that's probably going to wind up throwing a caution unless he gets below the white line. And no caution will come out. He got lucky. Okay, and he's spinning back again to the inside. I think it might be time to reset that car.
Old tires trying to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage too.
Wheel spin.
He's got a lot of damage on both sides of that car. Don't know. That was strange. But yeah, he's definitely coming down pit road. We know that. Meanwhile, Benjamin Elson's still out. Landon Lacey and Raymond both on pit road. Lee Grandy stayed out so far. Is the only one. Him and Ben Nelson right now, the only ones out.
So yeah, it looks like the 84, 81, 80.
You know what?
I'm car got loose by himself.
I'm sitting here looking at this. How many laps is it to the finish right now?
43.
If Ben could run this a few more laps, well, there is a chance he could make it on one more stop. This final stop. That's a lot, though.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 37 laps right now on his tires. He's going to have to at least push it to lap 40 on the set.
The 81 coming to pit road. Got the 84 coming back to pit road.
Looks like the 29 also on pit road. So everybody's made their pit stop besides Ben Nelson. Wow. And
now here's where this strategy's gonna kind of hurt Eric. His last lap was a 40.0 to Joe Burchett's 39.7. So
yeah. Ben Nelson on pit road, so he will not have enough to make it to the finish.
No, he will not. I didn't think there was going to be any way he could make it to the end. So looks like James Finn might be able to take the lead here. Or Lee Grandy actually will assume the lead. But I don't think he's pitted, or did he recently?
James Finn's got 13 laps on his set. Lee did pull out of pit road. He's sitting 4th right now.
Okay. Mine just takes a little bit to update, I think. So
Ben's down in the way.
Showing Lee in P2. Not sure why, but
Ben actually had a pretty solid stop. He about missed his pit entrance on the way in, but a pretty solid stop for him, a 14.1 second stop. But we'll see where all this cycles out. It looks like he's actually going to be, wow, he's going to stay in the lead. Wow. I did not think that would happen.
And a lot of it's about how far behind are the drivers.
Showing James right now 9 seconds behind is what I'm seeing. 9.6 seconds. And then Landon's right behind James, not too far. Do got a battle heating up for 4th. And with Lee, Joe Burchett, and Eric Borelli. Joe should be able to get around Eric, I think, now on the older tires.
Yeah, and Lee as well.
Yeah, Lee's actually a little bit faster than Joe as well. Lee's actually only got 2 laps on that set of tires, so we'll see. Last time by, Lee was a little bit faster. Not much, but he is going to be looking to the inside here of Joe. It looks like Joe's going to be able to get the momentum off for now. Battle for second should be heating up here as well soon. Landon Lacey really closing down on James Finn. It looks like the battle for 4th has kind of sorted out. Lee's actually got a lot of damage on that right front too. Still running good laps though. Also, it looks like Raymond's starting to close in some here as well on Eric. Now remember that this is kind of... Eric pitted super early. We know that. You think there's a possibility he could have pitted too early?
No, I think actually probably right about where I would have pitted, just because you're looking at, Eric will probably be coming down pit road again in the next, I'm going to say 10 laps.
Yeah,
he'll come down pit road, and he'll get his final set of tires on it, and really interesting to see if we get another caution.
Yeah.
If any of the, especially a late caution, if any of the drivers will try a 2-tire stop, because it did work well for me. I just got circumstance. I couldn't do nothing about circumstance.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. I say if we only got like say 5 or so laps left, and before they come down, maybe or a little bit more than that, probably about 10 laps. I don't think 2-tire stop would not be a bad call, honestly. And James is in that same situation, by the way, as Eric. It just, it may have worked out a little bit more in James's favor. James has 18 laps on them set of tires, but he's up to second. Of course, we do know Joe spun earlier. But, yeah, James is actually looking really good here as well.
Yeah, pretty impressive showing tonight. This is a tough track.
Yeah.
Looks like Derek's Pemberton's having some connection issues, so he's going to drop out and he'll fall multiple laps down here. It's been a great showing overall. We got the 0-0 on pit road again too.
Okay.
Impressive showing the 2 cautions for 4 laps, I think, 6 laps.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, yeah.
And, these drivers are doing their best to keep it straight and forward. And just the fact that Ben has a 12-second lead is insane.
I agree. I didn't think it would be that big after the caution and stuff or the pit stops. So I'm sitting here looking, Landon Digger on James. James is actually sitting 9th in points. He's actually having a pretty good points night, to be honest. Got a 4-second lead right now over Joe Burchett. So we'll see how that plays out here in the end. But right now, you've got to give James credit as far as a points night goes. James reminds me a lot of like a driver top Matt Kenseth, I guess we could say. You know what I mean? The way I've seen him race, him or maybe even, who was it that we was talking about a few minutes ago that has moved up a lot in points? Eric Mitch.
Yeah, he's been really consistent.
Really consistent. He's just there. And he does a lot of stuff different. He stays out to lead a lap no matter what. He always does.
Right.
And that's big. When Ben Nelson's in here, and especially, 8 drivers get into the chase. Is it 8 drivers get into the chase?
I think this is 10 or 12.
Okay.
Trucks is 8. I think
Trucks is 8. Okay, yeah. So that's big, though, especially if you don't have a win. Ben right now has won 7 races out of the 12 that we have, and this is our 13th race. Points are really big if you can stay out lead a lap.
Right.
I don't blame him at all, especially, to stay out and do that. Especially if you're not real comfortable racing here. So.
Yeah. And, it's just, a lot of these guys are still learning one another, too.
Yeah.
We're, what is this, race 12, 13?
This is race 13.
Season.
Yeah, this is race 13.
But you've got 13 drivers that, or have only ran a handful of races together. They don't get a lot of chances to pass one another.
Lee Grandy's around on the back stretch, and it looks like he'll be okay. Did not hit the wall, but will lose a lot of time. I was sitting here looking at the schedule. The schedule's about to get very interesting. The next 6 weeks, or should I say the next, 10 weeks are very interesting. We go to Iowa. Iowa's, a short track, what we can say. Then it gets a little bit different. Daytona, that's going to be a fun race. Anybody can win Daytona, let's just be honest.
Yeah, that's the one race where you can say, okay,
yeah.
Somebody besides Ben might win.
Yeah. Then we go to Kentucky. Kentucky's a very fun track. I love Kentucky.
Kentucky's a lot of slip sliding.
Exactly.
And,
is that right? Is that a night race? It is, correct?
I believe so, yes.
I believe it is, too. Then after that, we go to New Hampshire, a flat track, different, of course. Then it's Indianapolis, Iowa, Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, Bristol, Road America. then Darlington. So the schedule gets tough.
And, you know, I feel like when you get to Road America or Watkins Glen or Mid-Ohio, that's another one where, you know, you might not see the same people running up front that you see week in and week out. And it gives a chance for a different driving style to shine out there. And, you know, some guys, and I could be completely off base here, but I feel like Grant B. Lee will excel at a road course.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
You know, but like I said, then again, I could be wrong. I don't know if he's a road racer or not, but he's just someone that I feel like might excel there. I'm trying to think of who else I think might.
I know 100% that Joe Burchett's good at road. I know it 100%, but I don't know if he's going to be racing that series because it's run on Saturdays. He's mostly off on Saturday or works on Saturdays. So, you know, other than that, really with like you said with Lee. I don't know how Ben is at road.
Well, I know he ran the Le Mans race here a while back.
Right.
So, obviously, he's a
somewhat
racer on road, so he's going to be coming up on the 29 here in a bit to put the 29 a lap down.
Something else that's very interesting is, you know, with all these road races we got, it's hard to believe that after this race tonight, we are halfway to the chase.
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
There. And, you know, I'm excited for Darlington.
That's going to be fun.
We're going to, as you probably saw the email today, we're going to be doing a throwback weekend.
Yeah, and I got an announcement to make as well for that.
We've secured a little bit of a kind of a. We're gonna have a contest of the best throwback paint.
Cool.
It's gonna be voted on amongst the drivers. They can't vote for their own. They have to vote for someone else, and whoever they feel has the best throwback is going to. We're still in the infancy of putting this all together, so I won't have exact numbers for a while, but we're gonna have some kind of a cash payout to the best dressed contest, if you will.
That's pretty cool. That makes a lot more, and not only that, it help car count and everything. You know, seriously, I mean that's a really good thing.
So yeah, we're excited for that. I'm gonna try to get all the drivers to put information together on. Excuse me, to put their information together on what their paint is, who drove it, why it meant, why they chose that one, because they don't have. I've told them they don't have to make it correspond to their number, because there are some that, I mean. Let's face it, there are some that are gonna, that might struggle because there might not have been somebody racing that number in the era that's specific to what we're doing. So,
yeah, I know for your race on that, we're going to be going back old school as well. We're going to have a lot of old school graphics and stuff like that. So it'll be cool. It'll be a fun night, I think. I'm really looking forward to Darlington. Darlington's a tough place to drive.
It is. It is. The lady in black.
That is.
Although I feel like, and I jinx myself every time I do this, but I feel like it's going to be a decent run for me. I've got a couple of wins there in the trucks, and I'm not going to talk too much more about it because I seem to always jinx myself.
I like Darlington, though. It's a fun place. I wish they'd actually add the night track to Darlington. Or day-night,
Yeah.
That would be fun.
The day-to-night transition, man.
Yeah,
There's so much more stuff. We could run, longer Charlotte races and stuff. But we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. We're already starting to work on 2018.
Yeah, I've seen your schedule.
So, we're going to try to clean up the truck series a little bit. We didn't like, and a lot of the drivers didn't like, all of the frequent off weeks at the beginning of the year for the trucks.
Yeah, because it's weird.
Yeah, because it was like raced a race or two, and then we had 4 weeks off, raced one race, had 5 weeks off, raced a couple races, had more off. And we were just like, okay, this isn't going to work. So what we did is most of the season, we're going to run every other Thursday night. And then we get down to the last, I think it's 6 races are all back to back to back to back.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
We're going to do some interesting stuff in those off weeks. We're going to run, we haven't decided yet, some ideas thrown around are like a NASCAR Euro series, which would run either the K&N or these Xfinity cars on different road courses that you wouldn't typically see them on, or we might do something with like modifieds rotating with.
That'd be pretty fun.
Something something
different,
to
yeah.
engage the drivers with, and we got a few rule changes we're going to be working on. I got the 60 on pit road here as well.
Yep. He's down the way.
Rule changes we're going to be working on here for 2018, and of course, no secret, we're adding a Cup Series next year at the request of our drivers. We're still working out the details. I'll know more by the time you and I sit down on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I'll be able to give you a lot more information on that.
Yeah, for people that don't know, this coming Thursday we're going to be live. We're going to debate. It's probably going to be on YouTube. I was going to do it on the Facebook, but I figured YouTube would be the best way just in case people want to go back and watch it later. But we're going to be doing our first ever podcast, I guess you could say. It ain't necessarily our first podcast with CFR TV, but it's our first podcast where we're going to integrate everything with different leagues. Every league that we broadcast, we're going to be having special guests. I know Skylar's going to be there this Thursday. We're going to have the champion of the CFR championship. He'll be there as well, whoever that is. And we'll see who's Skylar, if he can get a couple people as well. It should be really fun. And not only that, it's going to be big for announcements and stuff like that. It'll be big. So I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a good time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. It gives us kind of a way to debrief all the information at once.
I agree.
When we're out here running, racing, it gets hard to convey some information, because typically we get a little bit of time at the beginning or the end of the race to try and talk about something, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of information going into, especially coming out of the meetings that we're going to have on Monday. We're trying to engage the current roster of drivers to help us make the decisions. We've got the 14 on pit road again here. We got we're engaging them to try and help us assess what changes they want to see. Ultimately, we do this for our enjoyment, but we do it for theirs as well. So we want them to have a say in the racing that they're going to be doing. And what better way to do that than to let them have a say in rule changes, schedule changes, stuff like that. So things are going to get shooken up a lot next year, because I think we're going to be racing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with probably K&N trucks, Xfinity, and then Cup on Saturday. So
I want to bring this
on that yet, though.
I want to bring this up to you real fast. I'm sitting here watching Benjamin Nelson's lap times when we was talking. For the last 3 laps, that gap has dropped 3 seconds for Landon Lacey. Ben's actually running 41-second laps. He's shutting his car off. Yeah, he is completely shutting it off. He's going to try to stretch this. Yeah, let's hop on board.
Watch and listen to that car as he gets
That
down
would
to the
be kind of
corner here.
that's pushing it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think it's pushing it as well. But you're right. He's shutting it off. He's going to try to stretch this thing out. And
that's a gamble.
You hear him kick the car back on, and it's going to be a gamble, because you're looking at him having to run. He's already ran 24 laps. We have 18 to go.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't think this.
You got to say like 7 laps. That is a lot at Michigan.
More than that.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to have to save, because he's about 6 laps, give or take, from needing a
the
pit
furthest
stop,
we've seen
11.
him, we've seen him on pit road at 37 laps in. That's the furthest we've seen anybody push it. And he was almost out. He had to be very close. That's the next 13 laps. He's got to save at least 6 laps.
Yeah, he's going to have to save 6 to 8 laps. And I think that's entirely too much fuel to try and save.
Not only that, he's giving up a lot of time to Landon as well. Oh, I don't know. This is going to get interesting.
Landon hasn't pitted yet either.
Yeah.
So he may not be worried about giving up the time, because he knows he's going to make that time back up as
Raymond
the 12 is
Collins,
coming on the pit road.
This is going to be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. It's something different.
I don't think it's going to work.
I don't either. I think he's going to run out. He's run out before and won the race, so
My pick here, I guess, if I'm going to make a pick, given the situation being the way it is, I think that the person probably in the catbird seat here might be, it's going to be a toss-up between Eric Barilli in the 14 or Joe Burchett in the
Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
94.
Yeah, I agree.
Joe's got 16 laps or so on his tires to Eric's 5.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big difference on the track. Raymond Tolonen just coming off the pit road here, getting up to speed.
He took 2 tires, by the way.
He did?
Yeah, I'm showing 2 tire stops for him is what I'm seeing. Unless it's wrong, it could be wrong, but I'm showing 2 tires. He had an 8-second pit
You
stop.
get a lot more information than I do.
Yeah, it showed that he had an 8-second pit stop. Sometimes it glitches sometimes on some people, but I'm showing an 8-second pit stop for him.
Yeah, that's actually, I found a way where I can show pit time as well. So, and that's what I'm seeing as well.
Okay.
The 12 is a 7.3 is what I see
Yeah.
on my side. So definitely going to be that's a 2-tire stop. And I don't know. He's fallen behind Eric
And James.
quite a ways.
Yeah.
Not horribly, but I don't know that those 2 tires are going to be enough.
Yeah.
To catch back.
Yeah,
up
especially
here.
considering how old.
So it might surprise me, but his left side tires are pretty old. So
Considering how old they are, you know, I would say that it's going to hurt him quite a bit. Honestly, looks like the 84 coming back down.
Back on pit lane. He's, I believe, multiple laps down here. So he can see the 12 can see the 14 out ahead of him, but I don't know. Eric's still running the fastest lap time on the track, not by a lot.
Landon's coming down.
Raymond, but
yeah, Landon's on pit road now.
We got the 35 on pit road. We still got the 46 trying to make this.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting, man. He's going to have to go. It's going to be 41 laps if he can make it.
I wish I could. Maybe add a little something extra here.
I noticed that he's actually cutting the car off even sooner than what he was before. And he's back on it now. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, this has given me some information on him, but it's not. It's not giving me the information I was hoping for. So, darn.
Landon only took gas only. I don't like that call.
He might. The data that I'm being provided here through my program, he might just make it. If this is accurate, and I don't know if it is or not, so don't shoot the messenger. We have 11 laps to go, and this data is showing me he has 11 laps of fuel left, but he's going to have to drive every lap just like this.
That sounds about right. We got 11 laps to go. He may run out coming to the line.
And he's going to have to drive every lap just like this. And I mean, he's running 41.
Yeah, he's really saving.
He's running 41 fours. I'm waiting for my data to recycle here to see who's going to be where. Landon taking fuel only is going to kind of shuffle some stuff up.
He's still being shown in second.
And yeah, I'm showing him in second, 34 laps behind. He's going to be running 39 sixes. If Benjamin can stretch this fuel,
somebody blowing up. I see smoke.
9 laps. I don't know. I still don't think he's going to save enough here.
That's tough, man.
The car off.
Somebody's smoking bad.
I'm showing 9.2 laps of fuel in his tank, and he's coming to 9 to go. The smoker did make it to pit road.
That was Raymond Tolonen, by the way.
That's odd. I wonder what
yeah, that was strange. Joe gets around Ben, of course.
I'm showing 8.8. Showing 8.8 laps of fuel in the tank here.
I don't think he's got enough.
I'm showing. What am I showing to go? I gotta move this 9 to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing as well. That's
8.4 with 9 to go. I don't think this.
Now,
is
does
gonna
that count the
work.
last lap as well for the white
This,
flag?
9 to go is.
That would
9
be the
laps to the checker. So, like, he has 8 more circuits here, and
That's
I don't
tough,
know.
man. I don't know
His-
either.
His numbers are coming up. I'm showing 7.8 laps of fuel with 8 to go. He can make this work. And if he does, I've got to say, regardless, if he makes this work, I don't think granted he had the fastest lap time, but overall I don't think tonight Ben had the fastest car.
I agree. Real fast, Lee Grandy is also on that same strategy. He got the same amount.
I think, yeah, but
He's a lap
not
down. That's the
working
good thing for
him.
Lee, though.
And it's not
Yeah.
working for him,
Yeah.
unfortunately. It just didn't pan out
Right.
with some spins and stuff going on there. The data I've got, 6.7 laps of fuel with 7 to go. I still don't see it working, which means
I don't
Landon
either.
Lacey's in the catbird seat here.
Yeah, I
As
agree.
we watch, excuse me, as we just watched
That's James
make it
Finn,
back.
yeah.
Excuse me.
You know, that would be a big win for Landon, though. He gets, like I said, he gets shipped off tomorrow for Navy. That'd be a big win for him coming here on his last night of iRacing for a while. I think it's like 7 months, 6 months.
I did not know that he
Yeah.
was leaving. So
Yeah, he
shout
joined
out
the
to
military a few months back, and he's going for his first basic and stuff like that tomorrow.
Landon. Many thanks to him for that.
I find it surprising. I find it surprising you're racing on your last night, man.
There's so many other things you could be doing.
Yeah,
And,
somebody's
he
off
chose
on
to
the
come
backstretch.
spend one of his last nights here with us, so I'm definitely appreciative of that. Looks like Eric mentioned we might have been slow
Yep,
there on the
that's what it
backstretch. Just an update. 6 to go, 5.2 laps in the tank. I don't know how accurate any of my data is through sim apps, but that's what I'm drawing from it is I'm showing him with 4.9.
It's close.
And
'Cause
he
I-
just took 5 to go.
Joe Burchett ran a full field stint on during practice. He ran out with 37. Of course, he wasn't saving. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And Ben, if my data is correct, is on lap 37 of this run.
he's on coming to 37. Yeah, coming to 37. Actually, it would be 37. Sorry, yeah, it would be 37. I apologize.
And I wonder if he's listening to the broadcast, because if Ben's listening to this broadcast, because I've noticed something. I've been giving out this data, and all of a sudden, here the 46 is really starting to cut the car off earlier.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And
He's
he's
cutting it
gonna
off
cut
before.
longer. And so I think he might be listening in, and if he is, I just don't know that he's gonna. I mean, I think, given what I'm seeing, he's probably
Uh-oh,
gonna make it to
he's
the
off track. He about wrecked it. That would have been bad.
Yeah. So, 3.3 with 4 to go.
I just don't know exactly how much he's really saving. I mean, I understand you're probably saving a lot.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, I mean, he's had to have saved at least 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah,
right
at
now.
least.
We've got 3 to go.
We're riding on board.
Landon is 26.1 behind, and actually losing time when Ben is on the gas.
Yeah, I see that as well. Yeah, went to 27 right there from what I'm seeing. Wow, he's cutting that thing all the way off to the entire turn too.
Yeah. He's going to
Wow.
be taking 2 to go here. And I'll be damned, I think this is going to work.
I think
I'm
it might
showing
too.
2.1, 2.0 at the stripe with 2 to go.
Now it does stutter, but that don't mean it's going to be out.
Right. Yep,
To the
he
start
can
finish
sputter,
line.
But still get up and go. So.
Now if he runs out going into turn 1, it's over for him.
Oh yeah, if he runs out into 1, he's done.
Yeah.
If he runs out coming off of turn 4, this time,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be interesting to see this last lap. I think he's going to be okay. We're on lap 40 now for his run, 41.
My data shows 1.1 in the tank. I think he could run this lap full throttle.
Yeah, I agree.
And probably be okay.
I agree.
But he's going to cut it off at the start-finish line.
I'm listening to see if I hear it.
There he kicks the car back on, coming off the 2. And at this point, I don't think it matters.
No, I think he can run at full throttle now. Honestly.
He's not. He's not. He's max speed there was not very much. He cuts it off into 3. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, but he's got it
him
too.
with 0.3 laps. He's probably not going to be able to burn out. But
he's going to win it.
Damn, he's win it.
Off turn 4. Benjamin Nelson. It is. Benjamin Nelson wins the BMW Van Arbor 180 on field mileage. Wow. 40 laps he went on that stint.
And yeah, he's
wow.
He just saved about 4 to 6 laps, I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And holy cow, good win there, Ben.
Landon's going to finish second as he crosses the start-finish line. Joe Burchett's going to cross in third. James Finn almost caught Joe, finished with 4th. Eric Borelli battles back and finishes in 5th. And Austin Marion will finish 6th. Lee Granty, Eric Minch, Ray McCollin, and Lee Ridney, your top 10. So I don't think the 46 can do a burnout. Waiting to see before we pull him down.
Nope, I'm going to tell you, he doesn't. He just ran out.
There you go. There's your answer then.
He kicked the engine to come through turns 3 and 4, and he ran out.
Wow. So your winner is going to be Benjamin Nelson picking up his 8th win. Oh, he kicked it on. He had a little bit. Nope, he's out again. That was an amazing job by him saving, though.
Yeah, it was intense.
A little bump coming from Landon Lacey. Or congratulations, I guess.
He's just going to swerve.
That's about as good as he could do. He got it turned. All right. Hey, Ben, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had to do a ton of saving. How much was in your tank when you was coming through 3 and 4?
I think it was 0.1 gallons, so I was right there at the line.
You was right, Skylar. It actually worked pretty good. You led 62 laps. You had your hands full a lot of this race. It definitely wasn't an easy race by any means. Talk us through your entire night.
Well, honestly, I hate this car. The setup is so bad. And Michigan's never been my favorite track to begin with. But it was tough for everybody to drive. You could definitely tell just watching the race. This car was unruly. It was much different than I expected it to be from testing. So I really tried hard to save fuel at the end of that race.
Last lap, 44.002. Managed to save it to the end. Skylar, you got any questions you want to ask him?
Yeah, was you listening to the broadcast or something?
No, I wasn't. I never do that, really. I need to focus.
I was just wondering because I was, through SimApps, I was able to pretty much watch your fuel countdown. And I was watching your fuel, and I was at one point saying, I don't think he's got enough. I don't think he's got enough. He's not going to make it. And about the time I'm saying that, I'm reading these numbers out over the broadcast, and all of a sudden, you started cutting the engine off earlier, and you started leaving it off longer. So I was like, man, he's listening. He's got to be listening, but apparently you weren't listening. I feel like overall, I don't really feel like this was a normal kind of race. I don't feel like you had the best car of the night. You ran the fastest lap time, but I felt like Joe Burchett really had one of the best cars tonight. So did you feel like you had to try and stretch it on fuel in order to beat Landon Lacey and Joe?
I felt like if I didn't try it, I think someone else might have, and I would have lost if that happened. So, I mean, he definitely did have a fast car. They were both amazing at Joe was really good at holding me off, for sure.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Joe before the race, and I was like, this was before we even went live. I was like, what are you going to do to try to stop Nelson? Because we knew for a fact you would be up front. I mean, you're always in the top 3 no matter what. And Joe, what he told me was, we got to try to but make him burn his stuff up as early as possible, so he knew for a fact he was going to have to race you really hard, and we've seen it right there that he did. But man, good run tonight, another win, 8 wins on the season. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
First of all, the followers, I got a YouTube channel in there to it, and CFR TV for the great broadcast you guys always put on, and all the guys at Lazy Dayz Racing and Go Fast, all the admins, they do such a great job. And all the guys in this race, we didn't have as big of a turnout tonight, but it was still a whole lot of fun, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it was fun to watch for sure. Good job, man. We'll talk to you here next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we'll bring in our second place finisher, Landon Lacey, who brought it home second place. Good run for that number 35 car. Landon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you started up front and you pretty much stayed out front for most of the night. There towards the end, we know the 46 was saving. We've seen that you made the early pit stop. Was there any doubt in your mind that you was going to stop, or was you thinking about trying to stay out and stretching here, or what was your strategy?
Well, I actually I was planning on running that fuel as far as Benjamin did. The only problem was I got loose off of 4 and about spun it. I actually went down through the grass, so I thought, I've already lost time on this lap. I'll just come down pit road and go ahead and do that. But after that, I realized that, I wasn't going to be able to make it, so I was like, I'm just going to run this as hard as I can until, I'm about to run out.
Yeah,
but also...
I'm sorry, go ahead. For people that don't know, this was your last iRacing race for a while as you get shipped out tomorrow for basic for the Navy. Tonight, let me ask you a little bit about that. This was your last race. Are you satisfied with second? Because you finished behind one of the best in here. Let's be honest, and there for a little while you was actually way faster. So are you satisfied with that?
To be honest, I would have liked to go out with a win. Yes, I'm satisfied. The way last night went, I didn't expect to be good at all tonight. And when I came in practice and was top 5 on the leaderboard, I was like, I might be able to put something together here. I didn't expect to lead laps this race. I didn't expect to be top 5 the entire race. So I'm very satisfied with how this race went.
Skylar, you got any questions? I don't even think he's there. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. First and foremost, Landon, thank you for the dedication you're getting ready to make to our country. Greatly appreciate that. Hell of a showing on your last race here. And just go do great things for us, man.
Yes, sir, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So I want to take a minute away from the race, and I got to say, for one, thank you. It's kind of hard to see you leave, to be honest. You've been with us now for Center Force for about a year. You came in here as a snot-nosed punk, to be honest, and nobody really liked you. But you've really grown on everybody, man. You're one of the most down-to-earth people, and you don't care to tell people the truth. So, honestly, thank you so much for what you're about to do. It means a lot, not only for me to call you a friend that I met on iRace, but honestly a friend in real life. So, good luck, man, and I'll be talking to you here soon. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Many thanks.
I might be gone for a while, but I'll definitely be back.
For sure.
Your spot with us will be here when you get back, bud.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man. All right. That was a little rough. I ain't gonna lie, man. Next up, I want to bring in Joe Burchett, who managed to finish 3rd place after leading 24 laps. Joe, one of the fastest cars all night. We talked to Benjamin there, and he felt kind of the same way. You think you had anything for him? We seen you get the spin off turn 2. It looked like it hurt you a little bit.
Yeah, I think when I took that spin down into off the apron out of 2, I think that's what basically killed any chance of me winning the race. I was hoping at that point in time, my only thing was to pray that Ben couldn't save enough gas and would run out, and I was going to hopefully try to push Landon far enough that maybe he would make a mistake.
Yeah, we watched you lead 24 laps, and you really ran Ben really good there at the start and the middle of this race before he took the lead ultimately to the win. Was that your strategy to try to keep him behind you? Was to run him really hard and try to get him to burn up as much as what he could? Or was you really focused on what you was doing as well as watching him to try to learn a little bit and see if you can get faster as well?
I mean, I would have liked to go out with a win. Yes, I mean, I might be gone for a while, but I'll definitely be back for sure.
As well as watching him to try to learn a little bit and see if you can get faster as well?
Well, I mean, when you have a guy that's got, I guess now 8 wins, it's kind of hard not to look out the rearview mirror when you're in the lead, seeing him run you down. But yeah, I mean, our strategy at the start of the race was to try to run him hard. I felt like I did that there for a while. Seemed like he kind of caught on to my strategy there a little bit after we'd gotten into the run and started kind of backing off a little early and saving. And eventually, as you notice, he was able to clear me coming out of 2, get to my outside, and just power around later on. But I gave it everything I had, and he's one hell of a driver. I'll give him that.
Well, now you get to go out there and try to win a championship tomorrow night for the CFR Championship. Skyler, you want any questions you want to ask him?
No, I just got to say, man, Joe, I was pretty impressed. I felt like you had the best car all night. You did a good job of holding up the 46, keeping him from getting around there for a long time. And I'd have to say, out of everybody on track, I was probably most impressed with that. Congratulations on the P3 finish.
Thank you.
Anybody want to give a shout out to?
I want to thank my sponsors, Swamp Dust. I just want to thank you for doing the broadcast. Thank Skyler and Nate for the league. And I just want to give a special shout out real quick to Landon since he's heading off for the Navy. With you and me owning the Center Force team along with John Hambrick, he's definitely gonna be somebody that's gonna be missed. Hopefully he'll be back within about a year or so, and we'll have him back and have a big old bash and have a good time.
All right, man.
Hopefully
I'll talk to you here in a few minutes, buddy. Good job, 3rd place. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. I ain't gonna lie, man, that was a little tough. Let's go in 4th place driver James Finn, get an interview with him, and see how his night went. Hey, James, you got a copy? James Finn, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there he is.
I got you.
Finished 4th tonight. You started up in 2nd, so before we get on to some of the sponsor stuff as well, let me talk to you about your night a little bit. You was running down the 94 there. It looks like if you would have had probably about 3, maybe even 2 more laps, you would have caught him. Is there anything you could have done different strategy-wise to get up front and possibly take the win in?
Nah, nothing strategy-wise. I was catching him. I guess if I, on that last pit stop, would have held off a lap, I could have had him. But it is what it is, and this is my first top 5 in the series.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at the points a second ago, and it looks like when you came in, you was doing fairly decent in the points. You wasn't, far back by any means. I think, where was you, 5th? I think. No, I take that back. What was I looking? You was 9th. I'm sorry, you was 9th. So this is definitely going to help you in the points wise. How much are you thinking about points now, being that we are halfway through the regular season until the chase?
That's my main focus. I mean, the first part of the season I was pretty inconsistent, but practicing a lot more, and hopefully I can just continue these top 5.
All right, Skyler, a couple questions you want to ask him as well?
Yeah, man. First of all, impressive run tonight. It seemed like you were always up near the front, and so good job there on 4th. And then talk about a little bit about, tell us about, first of all, tell us about BMW of Ann Arbor and why you guys wanted to step up and broadcast our Michigan race weekend.
Well, I'm actually a master tech at BMW of Ann Arbor, and I just thought it would be cool to put the money up and sponsor the race. The service manager, general manager are all watching. I don't know, just trying to get the name out there. I mean, they're well known, but I just thought it'd be cool to have a title sponsor there.
Right on. Well, all of us, Nate, myself, John, Eric, we all appreciate it. We appreciate the hard work and dedication of everybody who shows up every week. We appreciate the sponsors that have stepped up and sponsored some of these races and series, and it means a lot. We do a lot of this, a lot of the hosting and stuff. All the race hosting and stuff comes out of mine and Nate's pocket. So every little bit of money we can pick up here or there is definitely awesome. We appreciate you guys stepping up to do that. And again, congratulations on your 4th place finish tonight.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, this is a great league, and yeah, I love it.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. One cool thing about that sponsorship, by the way, Skyler, is one, it's in Michigan, and I think that's pretty cool that they actually decided. Not only is BMW Ann Arbor in Michigan, but it's cool that they actually sponsor a Michigan race. Being everybody knows Michigan, you know, the Motor City, capital of the world. So it's pretty cool to see that. So pretty cool to see you all get a sponsorship for that. I know that means a lot for everybody in Go Fast.
It does.
All right, thoughts on the race from your standpoint? I know that you got wrecked out early, so.
Regardless of that, I think we put on a great show. 2 cautions, 6 laps. The last, because mine was pretty early on, so the last, 60, 70 laps under green flag conditions, 2 cycles of green flag pit stops, some massive fuel strategy on a guy who I didn't feel like had the best car all night, and I felt like he did what he had to do to win, and much to the chagrin of everyone else, we see Ben Nelson pull into victory lane again today. Great racing, throughout the field, so I'm pretty impressed.
I agree. Hands down, another good race for the Go Fast guys. Very exciting day towards the end to see if Ben was going to make it or not. That was fun to watch. It seems like the last 2 or 3 weeks has been a lot of field strategy involved. So, good race, of course. Tomorrow night, guys, we'll be live for the CFR Championship season finale. Tuesday, we'll be live for the Oval finale for us broadcasting for them. Thursday, we'll be back here for the trucks. However, before the truck series, for the Down to Max truck series, we'll be live for the CFR TV podcast, and we'll have Skylar and everybody on. So be sure to check out our Facebook and find out more about that. CFR TV on Facebook. Be sure to check out Go Fast Racing at Go Fast Racing. I know the name. I got it up. GoFastRacing.us. Yeah, I can't remember if it's GoFast.us. So yeah, that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. For Skylar Allen, Adam Chapman. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Skylar, got anything else to say?
No, sir.
Thanks, guys.
And the other 3 will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump.